صبوا لقراءة القرآن. Ibn al-Qais rahimahullah, when Sha'ban used to set in, he used to cut down his hours of commerce and trade, and he said, now the moments are getting closer, I need to prepare myself. I need to prepare myself. And really, that's the belief, the spirit. You need to start getting into gear, just not physically and routine and hours are going to change. Spiritually, I need to invigorate my soul. So our soul, unfortunately, gets this heavy dosage in Ramadan, and then for the remaining 11 months, it's neglected, it's forsaken, it's not attended. And remember, the real human is the soul. The external is a casing. It's just a casing, right? Our own pics and everything, how it evolves. You look at your one-year-old or 1 month old picture, and then you say, this doesn't look like me. Then you tell yourself, oh, those days the cameras were not good. No, that's you, and that's me. There's nobody else. You know, it wasn't the right camera, the pic wasn't right, the angle. No, that's us. So that's an evolving thing. This is just changing. It's just moving. And what we're doing is like the child going to school who's not doing his work, not completing his homework, but changing the cover of his book. Every day. Oh, look at this glossy. Yeah. Aesthetics. Welcome to the world of aesthetics. Dedicated aesthetic clinics. You and I spend an arm and a leg to straighten the jaws of our children, but not their teeth. So that same child who you took to orthodontics and it cost you an arm and a leg will turn around and say, Abu, you did nothing for me. You straightened his jaw, but you didn't straighten his teeth. So he's got aesthetics, he looks nice, but he doesn't speak nice. He might have an impressive appearance. सूरत कितनी ही खूबसूरत हो, सीरतों के मोहताज है. सूरत कितनी ही खूबसूरत हो, सीरत के मोहताज है. Regardless of how beautiful your appearance is, if you are devoid and bereft of character, you have no weight, no weight. It's just watered down. But if you have sweetness, polite, courtesy, akhlaq, kindness is a language, the blind can see, the deaf can hear. So alhamdulillah, as our Misaf introduced, that the Al-Imdad is doing great work with the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometimes we delay our donations for Ramadan with a good motive to maximize. But we don't realize, I was visiting a bakery with our team at the borders of Turkey, Rehanli, from where food is distributed for 2 weeks prior to Ramadan. We got there, we seen the entire bakery, the operation is there, but it's at a halt. There's no movement. Nothing is happening. So I asked the brother, what's it? He said, no, because the Muslims say they only give their zakat in Ramadan. So unfortunately, we turned down tens of thousands of orphans that come here to say the Muslims said that they will only donate it. In Ramadan, we got to increase. And we don't stagnate the Ramadan. A believer gives throughout the year. Now, 3 weeks ago, I was in a camp where outside it was -10. And the camp inside was a tent. The tent doesn't satisfy the requirements of sitter, never mind comfort. It doesn't conceal you. There was nothing inside but sand on which a mother and her 5 children were sleeping. Adjacent to the camp was what they defined as a loop. But I don't want to say something that might be offensive in taste and might not be very palatable for many people to digest. As I was doing the interview, suddenly the cameraman had to divert because I'm afraid there was no loop. So in literally 5-meter proximity to the tent was just a place where they needed to relieve themselves, be it stool, urine, or defecate. This is the appalling state. This is the condition. So we have an obligation. ما منكم من أحد إلا سيكلمه ربه. ما منكم من أحد إلا سيكلمه ربه. Every one of you will be summoned before your Creator. And you will have to speak to your Allah. Authentic hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. لَيْسَ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَهُ تَرْجُمَانٍ. Without the medium of an interpreter or a translator. فَيَنْظُرُ أَيْمَنَ مِنْهُ فَلَا يَرَى إِلَّا مَا قَدَّمَ وَيَنْظُرُ أَشْأَمَ مِنْهُ فَلَا يَرَى إِلَّا مَا قَدَّمَ وَيَنْظُرُ بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ فَلَا يَرَى إِلَّا النَّارَ تِلْقَاءَ وَجْهِهِ فَاتَّقُوا النَّارَ وَلَوْ بِشِقِّ تَمْرَةٍ. When you in a point of desperation, you start scrambling. You know, we need to pay for this year. Listen, you know what, your ticket is not showing on the system, the flight's about to close, either you pay for this year, no problem, yeah. Sorry, we're offline. Oops. Okay, yeah, yes. No, sorry, we don't take pounds. You're in your panic state. You'll be summoned before your Lord. In a panic state, you'll turn to your right. You'll only see your good actions if you have any. You'll turn to your left. You'll only see your liabilities, your mistakes, your wrong. And when you look before you, you'll see nothing but the blazing fire. تَكَادُ تَمَيَّزُ مِنَ الْغَيْظِ تَكَادُ تَمَيَّزُ مِنَ الْغَيْظِ. We read in Surah Mulk. تَكَادُ on the verse. تَمَيَّز verse, مِنَ الْغَيْظِ. The fire will be raging with fury. The fire will be raging with, that's a verbatim translation, go over it and read it. تَكَادُ تَمَيَّزُ مِنَ الْغَيْظِ كُلَّمَا أُلْقِيَ فِيهَا فَوْجٌ سَأَلَهُمْ خَزَنَتُهَا أَلَمْ يَأْتِكُمْ نَذِيرٌ. Every time a group will be hurled in, the custodian will ask them, so you weren't told about hell, you don't know about it, nobody reminded you. Obviously this will be psychological trauma because you know about it and then you didn't comply and now somebody is reminding you. That has its own agony. Somebody warns you, alerts you, tells you to prepare, you don't prepare, and then when crunch time comes, oh, I guess you didn't know, right? You weren't warned about the whole thing. Oh no, no. People feel that diabetes is hereditary in their bloodline. From an early age, they start taking precautions. Alzheimer's is hereditary in their bloodline. From an early age, they're trying to adopt measures to reverse it. Because I'm more prone, I'm more susceptible, I'm more vulnerable. Because you know what, my mom's side, maternal, paternal, all had it, so I need to reverse it. I don't want this year, loss of memory, I need to up my act, I need to change, I need to be in shape, I need to watch myself and see how I can be. So what about this, where we're going to be? The Prophet ﷺ said, وَيَنْظُرُ بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ فَلَا يَرَى إِلَّا النَّارِ. When we look ahead of him, we see nothing but the blazing fire. فَاتَّقُوا النَّارِ وَلَوْ بِشِقِّ تَمْرَةٍ. So protect yourself from that flame, even if it is by donating a date in the path of Allah. Even if it is by donating a date in the path of Allah. May Allah bless you for coming out. May Allah reward you. May Allah bless this community. It's a beautiful masjid.